Okay, now we're going to go on to quiz question number 2. And quiz question 2 is in chapter 15. We have just 13 and 15 are 1 and 2, and then 3 and 4 are chapter 17. Now, in quiz question 2, it is problem 2 on page 485. But we are going to do as an example, it's problem 2, yeah, problem 2. And we're going to do problem 5 instead, just as an example. We can also look at the chapter review one page over on page 482. There is a very almost identical word problem talking about these flotation costs and how to calculate them. So there's the chapter review there in the middle of the page, and then it gets answered in the textbook. So there's another example that I'm going to do instead as my example for you. Problem 5 on page 485, calculating flotation costs. And so this is just to illustrate how to do number 2 right above it. The Yukon Corvelius Corporation needs to raise $45 million to finance its expansion into new markets. The company will sell new shares of equity via a general cash offering to raise the needed funds. If the offer price is $32 per share and the company's underwriters charge a 6% spread, how many shares need to be sold? Okay, so that's the issue we're trying to solve. I've already put up there, we have $45 million that we need to raise. But the company needs to raise. So that's going to be our net capital. And but the underwriters, who are the ones who are, they're accountants and brokers and things that make everything go smoothly in theory, they get paid, and they get paid pretty well. They get paid in millions of dollars because it's a lot of work, and if they do it well, they can save the company money if they do it well. So what we have here, notice what I'm going to do here, we see we have a 6% charge the underwriters are going to charge. $45 million is what we need to have left over, so we need to do a little division problem to find out what number minus 6% would give us 45 million. The way to do that is to take that number 45 million and to divide it by 0.94. That's 100 minus 6% is 0.94. So 45 million divided by 0.94 is 872,340. So that's the amount that we need to raise to pay the fee, the 6% fee to the underwriters, and then have 45 million left over for ourselves, for the whatever it is, the Yukon Corvelius Corporation. So how do we then figure out what's the total number of shares? So we know the target price, the offer price, is $32 per share. So the question we're trying to answer is how many shares need to be sold? So we then take this number, the total amount of money needed, and we divide that by 32, the dollar per share, and it gives us 1,496,010.64, and just round that up to 1,496,011, because we can't have a fraction of a share. So that's approximately that amount. Let me turn that around. We need at least that number of shares, and maybe they'll go up to 1.5 million shares just to round it up. They could do that if they choose. But that's how you get the, you calculate the flotation. The float is a term about the number of shares that need to be offered during this IPO or this secondary offering. And so use this as an example. This is problem 5. Use it as an example to answer problem 2, which is extremely similar.